It is now time for me to tell you whom I've selected to compete against me for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam.
After my series of matches with Randy Orton, I really started gaining momentum. And both the WWE Universe and Superstars took notice. One of those superstars was none other than my former Velocity opponent, John Cena.
I select Daniel Bryan.
We've both obviously come a long way since that match. But John was on another level.
John Cena is an 11-time WWE Champion!
This was my chance to really prove I belonged in the main event picture on a major show like SummerSlam.
And the question is, for Daniel Bryan, tonight, will he become the next John Cena? Or the first Daniel Bryan?
We even had Triple H as our special guest referee. What could possibly go wrong?
Weeks of anticipation finally leads to this. The most polarizing individual in WWE history, John Cena, against a man with an incredible groundswell of support, Daniel Bryan. Will the 11-time WWE Champion retain his title, or will we enter the era of Bryan?
It's been a long time since we've seen someone be as hot with the WWE Universe as Daniel Bryan has been in recent months. I mean, we haven't seen this kind of electric momentum since guys like The Rock, or even Bryan's opponent, John Cena.
Bryan sees Cena as an entertainer, while Daniel calls himself a wrestler, and a more superior one than Cena. The champion disagrees. We'll see who's right tonight.
That was nowhere near a 3 count.
Just powered out.
Now that got those shoulders on the mat, and a kick out.
Big match John is not going to go down that easily.
A rolling elbow.
That big elbow pad Cena sporting could become a target.
Daniel Bryan's a submission specialist. You know he's game planned for that elbow.
Something we'll have to keep an eye on. These are two men who are proud of who they are. Daniel Bryan calling John Cena a parody of a wrestler. And in turn, Cena saying Daniel doesn't belong in the same class as The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Batista, all men Cena has beaten.
There he goes, crashing to the floor. On the topic of Cena and Bryan being proud superstars, pride is woven into the fabric of both men. And Daniel Bryan does not feel respected by John Cena. Daniel Bryan is hopefully on his way to greatness, but he's not at John Cena's level yet.
John's just trying to teach Daniel a lesson. What's Daniel's catchphrase? Respect the beard? Respect in WWE is earned. Bryan could be hot right now, but only if he's good enough to take John Cena's title. Then he'll earn Cena's respect.
One thing I like about Triple H refereeing this match is the fact that the game is going to give some leeway. He's going to let these guys go. That's the way the WWE Universe wants it. I think that's the way both these superstars want it.
Triple H knows what it means to be in championship matches, to be the main event of SummerSlam. The importance of this night for not only Cena, but the career of Daniel Bryan. Putting all that power to good use. When this guy... Eyes on, look out. Force on that impact was unreal, guys. Bad spot for him to be in here, guys.
He's got to do something to get back in this thing.
It's got to be hard to rebound from that one. It's no secret that Mr. McMahon doesn't care much for John Cena, but he really would hate to see Daniel Bryan become champion. I mean, Mr. McMahon has even tried to give Daniel Bryan a makeover.
Now, you can put a suit and tie on a goat, but it still looks like a goat, Cole.
He'll be feeling the effects of that for a while.
Picking up on Mr. McMahon's opinion of Daniel Bryan, I do see where the chairman of the board's coming from. Daniel Bryan isn't the most well-kept superstar. He's a bit grungy. John Cena at least fits the prototype of a duck.
We've got to cover.
We're at a crossroads. Neither competitor's backing down here. Great offense by John Cena. That's how you move up the ladder here in WWE.
You know, we knew Cena had a bummed elbow coming into this match, but it seems to be holding up thus far.
Fighting through pain. That's what champions do.
Guys, there's a stark difference in the accolades between Daniel Bryan and John Cena. Bryan's never held the WWE Championship, while John Cena has held it 11 times.
But Daniel Bryan argues that John can't possibly be able to understand what he's feeling. How could Cena understand the hunger, understand the desire Daniel has to hold the WWE Championship just once?
He's looking.
There's no recovering from that.
I don't know, is that enough to stop Cena? Again, guys, the yes lock! The yes lock is applied! This one is over. Hopefully John Cena can recover.
Into the tie-up they go, but who's going to end up with the upper hand?
We have to credit John Cena for handpicking Daniel Bryan for this opportunity tonight. Cena respecting Daniel as an athlete and competitor. He says Bryan is going to put up one hell of a fight tonight.
Look, let me decipher that for you. In John Cena code, put up one hell of a fight means I'm John Cena and you're going to lose because I'm the man around here. Cena chose Bryan because he wanted to ride the wave of Bryan's sudden popularity and give himself what he feels is an easy win.
Look out, John Cena is perfectly executed.
Are we looking at yet another John Cena victory here?
Clothesline!
Good Lord.
So effective. How'd he do that?
I don't know, Michael, but good thing. I don't think he could have taken much more of that. This is the Cena that's just about unstoppable. I'm so glad to see Triple H step up to be the referee tonight. He's been a big supporter of Daniel Bryan and only wants to see Daniel get a fair shot at the title tonight. Something I don't believe Mr. McMahon wants.
Well, Triple H sees the drive in Daniel Bryan, and sure, he went over the boss's head when he inserted himself as a referee, but a match of this magnitude needs someone impartial, someone who's going to call it straight down the middle, and Triple H is...
Wow, he got out of it.
Yeah, I'm not so sure he had it fully locked in.
There he goes, crashing to the floor.
I need to describe to you guys Daniel Bryan's disapproval of John Cena. Calling John Cena a parody, Daniel Bryan doesn't approve of John's look or how he acts. Calls John Cena an entertainer, not a wrestler.
Yeah, but Bryan's not the first guy to say John Cena's what's wrong with wrestling. to say, we've had enough of the 5 moves of doom. Daniel Bryan isn't the first, and he won't be the last to want to put Cena out of the picture.
That's it. It's over. It's over.
If the champ loses the title here tonight, it won't be from lack of conditioning. Talk about being in phenomenal shape.
Speaking of Bryan's disapproval of John Cena, Cena did get emotional on Raw a couple of weeks ago. John saying that, I'm not going to change for Daniel Bryan. I'm not going to change for anyone.
Cena's heard it all before. He's been in hostile environments. He's had his critics. But as long as there are still people who are loyal to John Cena will fight for them and be loyal to who he is.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
These two competed against each other 10 years ago on an episode of WWE Velocity, in a time before John Cena brought us into an era of ruthless aggression.
10 years is a very long time, Michael, and Daniel and John have been on a distinctively different path since that night. He did it! Daniel Bryan did it! Daniel Bryan is WWE Champion!
I won the WWE Championship that night, but yet again, it was 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Triple H and Randy Orton teamed up to take the title away from me right after the match.
Randy Orton has cashed in Money in the Bank.
I was champion for all of about 4 minutes, which I've been told ranks among the top 5 shortest title reigns ever, so at least I have that to be proud of. Next chapter was all about facing adversity, which, as you know, I had plenty of experience with up until this point. Week after week, I was up against the Authority, who were doubting my abilities and saying I wasn't worthy of being champion, which really hit close to home.
I need to manage your expectations. Daniel, you might not be an A, but you are a B+.
My former trainer, Shawn Michaels, even joined in on the fun.
Oh, and a sweet chin music!
This was also the beginning of the Yes Movement. The chant had been around for a while, but now it carried more weight as a way for the WWE Universe to unite and express their displeasure with how I was being treated. So I started doing this thing, and other people started doing it, and then they start using it for their own things in something that's completely non-related to me.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
So long after I'm done with this and retired, people may still be doing this for things that they're excited about, or to show that they want change, and I just think that that's really cool. But after a while, I could only take so much. I even got to a point where I felt the Yes Movement wasn't going to be enough to overcome the obstruction I faced. Maybe they were right. Maybe I was just a B+ player. So I said, what the hell, and joined the Wyatt family.
I want you to open your eyes. This is the end. I'm yours. Let me join the family.
It was actually a lot of fun being with the Wyatts. Plus, it was kind of a no-brainer since I already had the beard.